Imagine this. You wake up one morning, reach for your glasses out of habit, and pause. The world looks a touch crisper. The bathroom mirror is kinder. The text on your phone doesn't squint back at you. Is it magic? No. It's biology, specifically how your eyes quietly repair themselves at night when you give them the right building blocks during the day. Today, I'm going to show you 5 smart, evidence-informed juices that deliver those building blocks, nutrients that support your lens, retina, macula, and the delicate network that keeps your vision steady. We're not talking miracle cures or overnight fixes. We're talking about consistent, doable habits that nudge your eyes toward better comfort, sharper contrast, calmer glare, and steadier night vision. Each juice targets a different part of the visual system. Each one has a simple way to make it work harder for you. Pick one to start, layer another next week, and by the end you'll have a routine that works while you sleep. Stay with me, because the order matters, the pairings matter, and a few tiny tweaks can make a big difference you can feel when the lights go down. Let's start with a truth. Most of us haven't been told clearly. Your eyes are living tissue, constantly repairing from light exposure, dryness, oxidative stress, and everyday strain. Photoreceptor cells recycle visual pigment. The macula concentrates protective carotenoids to filter blue light. The lens, think of it like a clear protein crystal, fights oxidation to stay transparent. Your job? Provide raw materials and reduce what drains them. That's where thoughtfully chosen juices can help. They're not a substitute for medical care or a fix for advanced disease, but they can support the processes your eyes already use, rebuilding rhodopsin for dim light vision, maintaining a healthy macular pigment, keeping lens proteins from clumping, and nourishing the tiny blood vessels that feed the retina. We'll keep this safe and sensible. I'll tell you when to sip, what to combine with a little healthy fat for better absorption, and who should be cautious. If you wear glasses or readers, keep them nearby. But let's see whether your eyes notice a few small wins in the coming weeks. First up is a deep ruby classic that rarely gets credit for eye health: pomegranate juice. What makes it interesting isn't just the color, it's the polyphenols, especially punicolagens, that act like firefighters for oxidative stress and help support healthy blood flow. Your retina depends on a dense web of tiny capillaries. Better vascular support means a steadier supply of oxygen and nutrients. For everyday use, choose 100% pomegranate juice with no added sugar. 8 ounces is plenty for most people, and if you're sensitive to sugars, dilute it half and half with cold water or sparkling water. I like it with a meal to buffer the natural sugars and help with slow, steady absorption. If you take medications for blood pressure or blood thinners, check with your clinician. Pomegranate can modestly affect how some drugs are processed. You don't need exotic tricks here. Room temperature or lightly chilled is fine, and sipping over a few minutes is kinder to your digestion. Think of pomegranate as circulation support for the eyes and the rest of you. Pair it with a handful of walnuts or a small slice of avocado toast to add healthy fats that help plant compounds do their best work, and let it quietly support what your vessels do all day. Now let's talk about a familiar pantry friend with a special gift for the lens: tomato juice. Tomatoes are one of the richest dietary sources of lycopene, a carotenoid that concentrates in eye tissues and helps neutralize oxidative stress, exactly the kind of stress that can nudge lens proteins toward cloudiness over time. Here's the helpful twist. Lycopene is more bioavailable when tomatoes are cooked and when a little fat is present. That means tomato juice, especially a warmed or gently simmered version, can be a smart choice. Pour a cup of low-sodium tomato juice into a small pot. Warm it until it's pleasantly hot, not boiling, and swirl in a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Season with a pinch of black pepper if you like. Sip with lunch or an afternoon snack. If you deal with reflux or heartburn, go slowly and keep portions modest. Some folks prefer to pair it with a few whole grain crackers to calm acidity. If you're watching sodium, choose low-salt varieties and flavor with herbs like basil or oregano. Think of lycopene as your lens's raincoat against oxidative drizzle. Nothing dramatic, but steady protection that adds up. Small, regular servings beat occasional giant gulps every time. For the macula, the part of your retina responsible for reading, faces, and all the fine detail, green is the color of calm. Spinach and kale deliver lutein and zeaxanthin, the two carotenoids that actually form your macular pigment, filtering harsh light and supporting contrast and clarity. Many of us fall short on these nutrients, and juicing or blending greens can help you catch up. My favorite gentle green juice starts with 2 generous handfuls of spinach and 1 of kale, plus half a green apple for brightness and a small nub of ginger for comfort. Add water and a tablespoon of avocado, flax, or olive oil. The healthy fat is key for carotenoid absorption. If you take warfarin or have been told to keep vitamin K steady, keep your greens intake consistent day to day and talk with your clinician before making big changes. Sensitive to oxalates or kidney stones? Rotate greens. Try romaine, arugula, or a little parsley instead of daily spinach. Drink this mid-morning or early afternoon, away from coffee by an hour or so, and note how your eyes feel after screen time later that day. Some viewers notice less squinting in bright spaces and a little more ease with glare, which is exactly what we want for the macula. There's a romantic legend about World War II pilots eating bilberry jam for better night vision. That story gets embellished, but the seed of it is interesting. Dark berries like bilberries and wild blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, pigments that seem to support the retina's ability to handle dim light and recover from glare. If true bilberries aren't available where you live, frozen wild blueberries are an excellent, accessible stand-in. Blend half a cup of wild blueberries with water or unsweetened almond milk. Add a squeeze of lemon and, if you like, a few drops of vanilla. Keep it simple. The goal here isn't sugar, it's pigment density. You can enjoy this in the late afternoon or evening as part of your wind-down routine. Some people like to pair it with a small glass of tart cherry juice for sleep support. If you take medications affected by melatonin, skip that combo and simply lean on the berries. Over time, what should you look for? Faster adaptation when you step into a dim restaurant, less haloing from headlights, and steadier comfort walking around the house after sunset. Again, we're supporting your own rhodopsin cycle, not reinventing it. Now for the orange duo that most of us meet as kids, but rarely use with intention: carrots and sweet potatoes. These are rich in provitamin A carotenoids, beta-carotene and friends, that your body converts to vitamin A as needed. Vitamin A is essential for the surface of the eye and for the visual cycle that lets you shift between bright and dim. Plant carotenoids are self-limiting. Your body converts what it needs, which makes them a safer source than high-dose supplements for many people. Try a simple blend: 3 medium carrots, half a small cooked sweet potato, a thumb of fresh turmeric or a pinch of ground turmeric, a tiny pinch of black pepper, water to the consistency you like, and a tablespoon of coconut milk or a few cashews for healthy fat. The pepper and fat help with absorption of fat-soluble compounds. The turmeric adds a soothing anti-inflammatory note. If your blender is strong, leave the skins on after a good scrub. Fiber is your friend. Consider splitting this into 2 smaller servings, 1 in the morning and 1 mid-afternoon, to keep levels steady. Expect smoother eye comfort, less dryness, and a touch more ease with night transitions. Let's zoom out and make this practical. You do not need to drink all 5 juices every single day. In fact, rotating them across the week is often better. Your body likes variety, and your palate will thank you. Here's a simple rhythm. Pick 1 circulation day with pomegranate, 1 lens day with tomato, 2 macula days with greens, 1 night vision day with wild blueberries, and 2 surface and cycle days with the carrot sweet potato blend. You can shuffle that order to match your shopping and your taste buds. Prefer smoothies to juice because you want fiber? Perfect. Use water or unsweetened milk alternatives to keep sugars in check, and always add a small source of healthy fat: avocado, chia, flax, olive oil, nuts, or seeds. Take a photograph of your drink each day and jot a quick note. screen comfort, glare, dryness, night driving. Tiny observations beat vague memories. Within a couple of weeks, many people noticed specific wins they didn't realize were possible without new glasses. If this is helping, take a moment to subscribe to Senior Vitality Pro and tell me your age or where you are watching from in the comments. I read them and shape future topics around your needs. Your stories guide what I make next, and I love seeing this community cheer each other on. A quick word about timing and expectations, because that's where a lot of confusion lives. Nutrients don't flip a switch overnight, but they do accumulate in tissues like the macula over time. Carotenoids tend to absorb better with meals and with fat present. Coffee and tea are fine, but leave a buffer of about an hour around your green drink. If you manage blood sugar, remember that juice concentrates natural sugars. Pair with protein and fiber, dilute with water, or turn that juice into a smoothie to keep things balanced. If you live with glaucoma, macular degeneration, diabetes, or dry eye, treat these juices as supportive, not as a replacement for medications or professional care. Bring your eye doctor into the loop. They'll often cheer you on. And please don't fall for one-size-fits-all promises or extreme protocols. Your eyes are unique. Your plan should be too. Small, consistent, enjoyable steps always outlast rigid rules. Let's build a day you could actually enjoy. Morning. A small glass of the carrot sweet potato blend with a slice of whole grain toast and almond butter. Late morning. The spinach kale green drink with a tablespoon of flax oil blended in, followed by a short walk and a few deep breaths outside. Sunlight in the morning supports your circadian rhythm and nighttime repair. Lunch. Half a cup of diluted pomegranate over ice with your meal, or a few spoonfuls of pomegranate arils over a salad with chickpeas and olive oil. Afternoon. Water and a stretch break for your neck and shoulders. Tension there often shows up as eye strain. Early evening. Warm tomato juice with a drizzle of olive oil and basil, served alongside a simple soup. Dessert or wind down. A wild blueberry smoothie, modest in size, without added sugar. This isn't a prescription, it's a template. Swap days, swap flavors, keep the intent. Steady nutrients, steady eyes. Food is one pillar. Light habits are another. During the day, give your macula a break with the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Use a matte screen protector if glare bothers you. Outdoors, wear sunglasses that block 100% UVA, UVB, and a brimmed hat. At home in the evening, dim overhead lights and rely on warm, indirect lamps. Your circadian system and your eyes both prefer it. Keep artificial tears nearby if dryness nags, and blink on purpose when reading. Sleep in a dark, cool room. That's when your visual pigment resets, your tear film stabilizes, and inflammation calms. Notice how the days with green drinks and berries pair beautifully with this light hygiene. Nutrition and light are a team. Put them on the same side and you'll feel the difference. Let's talk shopping and prep, because reality lives in the kitchen. Choose 100% juices without added sugars. If fresh produce is pricey or seasonal, frozen is your friend. Frozen wild blueberries are often higher in anthocyanins than fresh cultivated berries. For tomatoes, canned or boxed pure tomato products are fine. Look for low sodium and, if possible, BPA-free packaging. Wash greens well. If you buy pre-washed, still give them a quick rinse. If you're juicing, know that you lose fiber. That's okay if you balance your day with whole fruits, veggies, beans, and whole grains. If you're blending, let the machine run long enough to make a smooth texture. You'll absorb more and enjoy it more. Portion juices into small jars, label the date, and aim to drink within 24-48 hours if refrigerated. Fresher is better for fragile pigments, especially greens. Keep a small basket of add-ins, flax, chia, olive oil, turmeric, ginger, ready to grab so you never skip the fat that helps your body use these nutrients. You might be wondering, will I actually see a difference? Here's the honest answer. For many people, yes, but it's subtle and specific. The first changes are often comfort and function, not spectacle prescriptions. Less dryness by late afternoon, less squinting under bright lights, better contrast on the road at dusk, fewer halos around headlights, an easier time reading fine print labels under kitchen lights. If you track for 2 to 4 weeks, you'll spot patterns. Perhaps greens correlate with glare comfort, berries with faster dark adaptation, tomato with less eye fatigue after a long day. And because we're not megadosing supplements, we let your body set the pace. If you want to measure, ask your optometrist about macular pigment optical density or contrast sensitivity at your next visit. Some clinics can track these over time. Patient steady and delicious. That's our lane. Important safety notes, because your eyes are precious. If you have diabetes or prediabetes, prioritize smoothies over juices, keep portions modest, and pair with protein and fiber. If you're prone to kidney stones, rotate your greens and avoid daily high oxalate blends. If you're on warfarin, keep vitamin K intake consistent and coordinate with your care team. Reflux? Keep tomato portions small and pair with food, or focus on the other juices. If you have hemochromatosis, be cautious with vitamin C-rich juices in large amounts. If you're allergic to any ingredient, skip it. Nothing here is worth a reaction. And if you notice sudden vision changes, pain, flashes, floaters, or a curtain over part of your vision, that's an urgent medical visit, not a nutrition tweak. We use food to support health, not to delay care. Here's a gentle 2-week starter plan to make this real. Week 1, choose 2 juices you genuinely enjoy. Rotate them every other day. Keep a tiny notebook by your kettle or blender and write 1 sentence about your eyes each evening. Drink water between beverages and add an extra serving of leafy greens at dinner. Week 2, add a 3rd juice and 1 light habit. Sunglasses outdoors every time, or the 20-20-20 routine on your computer, or dimming your home lights after sunset. Keep the notebook. If something doesn't agree with you, adjust. Dilute, blend instead of juice, switch greens, or move the timing. At the end of 2 weeks, reread your notes. Most people notice at least 1 concrete improvement, and that's your signal to keep going. Let me answer a few rapid-fire questions I hear often. Can you just take a lutein supplement? You can, and some people benefit, but food sources bring a team of helpful compounds that play well together. Are carrots alone enough? They help, but variety covers more bases. Lycopene for the lens, lutein, zeaxanthin for the macula, anthocyanins for the retina, polyphenols for circulation. Can you overdo it? With food-based approaches, it's hard, but more isn't always better, especially if you manage blood sugar or reflux. Will this replace your glasses? No, but it can make the world through your glasses feel more comfortable and crisp. How long until you notice something? Give it 2 to 4 weeks of steady practice and watch for those functional wins. Glare, comfort, dark adaptation. Caregivers and family, you're part of this story too. A small pitcher of green blend in the fridge can serve both the caregiver who's racing between tasks and the parent who needs steady nutrients but gets tired by dinner. Share a glass and a short walk. Both of you benefit. If a loved one resists new flavors, start with milder greens, use half apple for sweetness, and serve in a small glass, the shot approach. Celebrate bright colors, ruby pomegranate, tomato red, emerald green, blueberry midnight, sunrise orange. Food that looks beautiful is more likely to become a habit. And if someone you care for lives with macular degeneration or glaucoma, coordinate these changes with their eye team. Clinicians love seeing patients embrace supportive nutrition. Let's circle back to where we began. Your eyes quietly repairing tonight if you give them what they need today. The 5 juices we covered aren't magic bullets, but they're strategic. Pomegranate can support healthy circulation to those tiny retinal vessels. Tomato brings lycopene to help the lens fend off oxidative stress. Spinach and kale stock the macula with lutein and zeaxanthin, your internal sunglasses. Wild blueberries and bilberries deliver anthocyanins that support glare recovery and dim light comfort. Carrots and sweet potatoes supply provitamin A to steady the visual cycle and soothe the ocular surface. Add small amounts of healthy fat to help absorption. Rotate flavors so you don't burn out. Pair with gentle light habits and keep your eye care appointments. That's the loop closed. So here's your invitation. Choose one of these juices today, make it in a way you'll look forward to tomorrow, and write down one detail about how your eyes feel tonight. Do it again the next day and the next. Let your routine be simple, steady, and kind. You'll probably notice the first changes when you didn't expect them. Walking into a dim room, glancing up from a book by a bright window, or turning onto a dark street. That's your biology saying, thanks for the raw materials. I'll take it from here. Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 juices surprised you the most, and have you noticed any changes in your vision from foods or drinks you already enjoy? Drop your experience in the comments. Your ideas help others start, and your small wins could be the encouragement someone else needs today.